Welcome to Drinkin Bros, presented by Ghostbed.com.
Welcome to Drinkin Bros Fake News. Jabes, that's a fun, flirty look you got going on today.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate it, and I do believe that you're being serious.
Yep. You
That's
do
what
not
I'm-
at all look like a New Jersey real estate agent whatsoever.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, isn't it?
Fun.
I've got a 2-story in Cherry Hill that you'll love. It's right out in Cherry Hill. You'll love it. Yeah, with a long Capri 120. Are you smoking a Juul?
Yep.
Gross. With nicotine in it?
I urge you not to judge me
If you
because
were
it will end badly for you.
smoking weed, I would cherish you. Instead, I need to bury you. Now, D'Anthony just saved the day there. He's blowing
We all
out
know
some,
that you cherish.
Cherith D'Anthony? Oh, do I cherish on D'Anthony?
Yes, you
What do I
do.
do? I cherish him.
Didn't Jason Bateman in Arrested Development lie and say his name was Cherith one time? or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that?
Jareth.
Yeah. Jareth. Jareth.
I love that guy. He could do a cooking show where he fucked it all up, and I would still probably watch it.
Oh my gosh, I love him so much.
Bateman?
Yeah, I don't
Bateman.
Killing
know
the
what it is.
game,
I'm a
dude.
Bateman head. You?
Ozark season 3 was phenoms, dude.
I don't know if it's even a good show. I just know that I like him, and I've watched everything he's ever done, and I've liked it, all of it.
He's great. Even Teen Wolf 2.
That was my favorite, yeah.
A lot of people don't know that he replaced Michael A. Fox in that one. And yes,
The A stands for autism. Wait.
no, it doesn't in this one. Did you know that was his actual middle name? It
No,
was
what's
A. We found
A?
that out the other day.
It's Andrew.
Andrew.
So Michael J. Fox is actually Michael A. Fox.
Yeah.
And they
Which
didn't
is
think
still
that
sweet.
they didn't think that would sell or whatever.
Why? That would have been pun central. Why would you
Exactly.
not have?
I don't know. It was missed opportunity.
That's a whole branding,
I know.
merchandise line.
I know.
Yeah.
He needs to be mad at somebody for sure.
Probably God for giving him whatever fucking disease he's got. right?
Yeah. Parkinson's.
Yeah.
Parkinson's.
Because he cannot
Yeah.
sign his name legibly.
No.
But neither can I. And
Nah.
I'm fine, so whatever.
Yeah.
And
You're
he's
fine.
rich too, so.
Are you fine though? No.
Very questionable. So is our top story here. Will the U.S. government mandate COVID-19 vaccinations once they exist? U.S. adults have a pretty typically low vaccination rate, meaning shots you don't get as children, like a seasonal flu shot or anything else.
Yeah, I think it's like 45%, something like that. I don't do it.
I don't
Me
either.
neither.
I don't either.
Unless I know that if I'm going to be around super young kid, like babies and shit, for some extended period of time, then I know that in advance. I'll probably get one just to help with the herd immunization, because children especially are susceptible to this.
Yeah.
So then maybe I would consider doing it. But even when I was in the Army, they were like trying to give us swine flu stuff. I'm like, no. They're like,
No.
you got to. I'm like, I'm religious about something. I believe something.
Yeah.
And they're like, I didn't know what to say, and I just walked out.
The drug
I've
maker.
never gotten a vaccine as an adult.
Voluntarily.
Or probably as a child, since your parents are fucking hippies, right?
Oh, that is
Yeah.
true. Well, they really, really didn't want to. But as we know, and even in this story, you can constitutional, no, but if you want to go to certain schools, it is mandatory. So it's kind of like whatever you want to do. If you don't want to vaccinate, then you just can't go to these certain schools.
You ever seen a child with mumps?
Mumps?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah. It's you don't
They look ridiculous.
look ridiculous.
'Cause they're dead?
No, there's a reason why.
No, because
they
there's
don't
like
have
2
mumps.
footballs in their goddamn.
Yeah, there's a reason why they don't have mumps. It's because every kid should get a fucking vaccinations.
Oh, absolutely. I'm
Who
down
was
with
the
it. I'm just saying,
anti-vaxxer? It was
Jenny
McCarthy. Yeah, yeah.
the famous anti-vaxxer who now is really looking forward to the vaccine.
She's
says.
pulled back on the anti-vax statements. Drug maker AstraZeneca hopes to have 30 million doses of the vaccine available in the UK by September, and other companies are rushing products to the market as well.
Yeah, if they're getting 30 million to the UK, I couldn't find the US numbers, but it would have to be a commensurate level. So like, I don't know, 300 million, 280 million, something like that, maybe 250 million. A lot. is the
Yeah, I'm torn on this. Do you get the vaccination? What do you do?
point. No, I'm not going to do that, no.
So it's funny you say that.
No, but I'll get it for my kids.
Yeah, I'll get it for my kids, same. But for myself, I don't really give a shit. But interestingly enough, I've seen a lot of veterans post saying would not and will never get this vaccination because of what they went through in the Army. What is that? What do they try to get you to do?
Well, I mean, we had to take an anthrax vaccine, which is one, not good for you, obviously. Like having any kind of anthrax in your body is not good, regardless if it's a prophylaxis or not. But you have to get an injection and then another injection, like 6 injections over the course of 2 years or 3 years or 4. I don't remember how long it is, but it's like a constant series of injections. And
that sounds awful.
Well, it's awful, but it's also like anthrax hasn't been a threat long enough for us to know that long of a fucking vaccination period is necessary or it works or how harmful it is or any of that shit. So with regard to coronavirus, which is, not a problem for me, I'll go get it and then go on vacation. I don't give a shit.
Right.
Right. Like I'm sure I would feel fine is what I mean by that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to take a vaccination for that. And if the government tries to mandate it, they can mandate these nuts, frankly.
Can they mandate these nuts?
Cool.
Because that will never
Yeah.
happen. If somebody from the government tried to force me to take a vaccination, we've already seen what would happen. Even in the military, they couldn't make me do it. You think they're going to make me do it now? No.
Yeah. I mean, look, I bought a flight today for the first time in a very long time. And they changed the genders on that, rearranged their website and everything else. There's no fucking way they're going to be able to make people get vaccinations.
Yeah.
Because a certain amount of the population is going to rage. So I don't know how that's possible. But will you have a scarlet letter if you don't get one and you get sick? Maybe,
Who's gonna fucking know?
I've got a
That's the
scarlet
thing.
letter in this country anyways because I'm a white dude with a beard that
It looks like a militia member.
that doesn't bang other dudes.
Yeah. You think that's what it is?
Yeah.
Is that a common gay theme that bearded guys bang other dudes?
No, I'm just mean that I'm a straight white dude with a beard
That looks like a
that
bear.
looks like a militia member.
Hate to go back to Ozark, but remember the guy who was getting porked in that by the FBI agent was a guy who
Gosh, looked
had
exactly
a beard.
like
yeah,
you.
very similar.
He was a little
Very
shorter
similar.
than me, but yeah.
He definitely he was shorter.
At any rate, yeah, no. I don't care about a fucking. What is some person gonna go? I can't believe you did. Blah blah blah. I'm like, dude, you need to get the fuck out of my face because if you make physical contact with me, I'm gonna fucking bury you right now. You know what I mean? It's really that simple.
But isn't it going to be the same eventually as the flu vaccine, where it's like everywhere you go, whether it's CVS or the doctor or literally everything you're getting done, they're trying to have you take this flu vaccine, and you either do or you don't.
Yeah.
Well, they can
Most
advertise it all they want, but
That's what I'm saying.
60% of Americans are not doing it.
Right. So I'm not sure they'll get to the point of making you take it, right? Or is that what we're asking?
It would have to be
how
Democrats in charge, first of all, because a
Sure.
Republican can
Yeah.
never get away with
No.
it.
No.
Like not that they wouldn't necessarily do it, because I think both of these parties are fucking shitbags. But there's no way that a Republican could get away with it and expect to ever get reelected to anything ever
Sure.
again.
Yeah.
Right? And they might get fucking kicked out of office for that kind of shit. But Democrat, maybe, I don't know. I mean, it would, but you would need to.
God,
You
it would
only
just
need
be
the
crazy.
president. Only the president would have to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he could tell the fucking Department of Justice, like, hey, it's now like blah blah blah. You have to do this or whatever the fuck. It doesn't take all of Congress to do something like that. So technically, he could say it. It's not constitutional though.
Right.
I think it would get stricken down in courts pretty fast. But just the precedent that it would set is problematic.
The other part that I wonder about is if enough people get it, right? The vaccination when it does come out, and there will be one out eventually. Will that be enough to slow it? Because right now, a lot of us are indoors. Some other states are open. It kind of just is a numbers game at that point. Will enough people with vaccinations slow that down and stop it?
I don't know.
Or enough people getting it.
I don't
Yeah.
really care about slowing it down.
Okay.
Just let it go.
Is that real? Is that a real assessment?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
Explain
another way
Yeah.
to end it. It's just emotion.
Well, because
will
there's-
not let us
explain
do
that.
that.
theory.
A study was released yesterday from USC, University of Southern California.
Mm-hmm.
They did antibody tests on a very large group of people there, and they surmised that something like 100, at a minimum, 100,000 people in LA had it and didn't even know it.
Yeah.
At a minimum.
I agree with that statement.
Yeah, of course it's true.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been talking about this whole time with regard to the number of deaths as being inflated by saying that anybody that had any kind of like COVID symptoms or COVID test that died was a COVID death, regardless of the rest of their circumstances.
Right.
And we found that, like, in 80% of cases, that was not true.
Yep.
Right? So then on the other side, so they're inflating the death numbers and they're deflating the fucking infection numbers on purpose, clearly, because this information is out there. So fuck these people. I'm not doing any of this shit. I want to let it take its course like any other fucking thing.
Yeah, because if you don't, then you have to keep fucking doing this shit.
Right.
Where it's
What
just-
fucking respiratory disease is not a problem for fucking elderly people and people with fucking respiratory issues? Motherfucker. Like, seriously, pneumonia is. Are we gonna we gotta fucking stop
pneumonia outbreak.
I gotta get
You know
my
what I mean?
pneumonia rectal
Can
pill.
can anybody in this fucking room or on this earth name me one other respiratory disease or virus that isn't a problem for somebody with respiratory problems or who are elderly?
None.
Can anybody name that?
Yeah, there isn't.
And this one doesn't even affect children the way flu does.
Right.
Yeah.
That
Get
so far doesn't affect
fucked.
children. So
Seriously.
God, I don't care how viral it is. Like, this is going to be one of the more embarrassing times
Yes.
in American history, or it's going to be a paradigm shift in our tolerance for government intrusion and how fucking scared we are. It's going to be one of those two things. And if it's the latter, then fucking we're going Thunderdome.
Yeah, man, and I'm all about that. Let's get all hopped up. Get a PCP Charlize Theron in there. You know.
In some ways, I like it because it's showing people for who they are.
Yeah.
And so I don't have to hang out with them anymore.
Yeah, I like
True.
that too with racists.
True.
Like when somebody says something racist, everyone's like, "Oh," they get all mad. I'm like, "Nah, you shouldn't
like,
be.
thank you.
Don't be mad. Just thank that guy for showing that he's a piece of shit. Now we can all move on and never listen
Because
to him."
really,
Yeah.
having less people to hang out with is a better way to go.
It is, because
Well,
then you don't have to
yeah.
wonder. You know.
No, but just narrowing it down to like a core group of fun racists.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I
yeah.
mean just fun people.
Yeah, to hang
Fun
out with
people to hang out
the
with.
fun racists can hang out with the other fun racists.
Yeah,
is what you
yeah,
mean.
yeah. I don't want to hang out with the racists.
Obviously,
I would want them
to hang out with
to
each
hang
other
out
and
with
have a good
each other,
time.
and yeah.
It's called the Ku Klux Klan. James, I
Yeah, I feel like you're getting into
feel like
some.
you're talking about the Ku
No,
Klux
no,
Klan
I'm
there
no,
at
I'm
that
more
point.
just saying honestly that I've been shown who people are.
Same, and it's the
in
same
this-
thing. Whenever somebody's super racist, exactly like Dan says. Like when we're out, we're always just like, the fuck is wrong
There
with
was
these
that.
people?
There was
Yeah.
that girl.
It's
that
rare
fucking,
though. It's very rare. I will say that.
There was that girl on 4th of July last year that approached me and Justin. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like he's
Oh,
he's
yeah.
Yeah.
very clearly Mexican.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yes.
he and I are hanging out with some fucking dickholes. I don't remember who it was. But excuse me. This fucking blonde girl she's like dancing with these black guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she keeps walking back over to us and saying, "I don't like these N-words. I'm just like having fun." I'm like, all right,
Okay,
I don't
dude,
know.
bro.
Yeah.
I don't even know who you are. Why are you telling me this?
What?
Why?
Yeah.
Like just like not even casual racism. It was full on
Voluntarily.
Full
straight
on.
up N-word
Racist, yeah.
to a stranger.
For some reason thought you were gonna be on her side
I understand
or something.
I understand seeing
seeing
me
you
and
is brings back
that I might have a hood in my back pocket.
Maybe.
exactly.
But Justin was there too. Disgusting Justin.
Because when you do see Dan out, it's a guy who would give you the sheets off his back,
It's 50-50. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's either Dan.
or
Or-
a gay Klan member.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But Justin's very clearly not white.
Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, he and I both looked at each other and like, all right, I guess welcome to North Carolina.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Don't know what to say about that shit.
That was a perfect introduction
Yeah.
to North Carolina. Yep.
Next up, Joe Biden comes out of hiding to anoint President Trump with a new nickname. This is a fun one. Because I was waiting for it. Trump's got nicknames for everybody. It seems like fire is trying to fight fire with fire. Does that make sense? Is that the saying? It should be.
Yeah.
Should be. In a clear attempt to emulate Trump's proclivity for insulting nicknames, Biden is now calling Trump President Tweety. It's on the
okay.
nose
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
But it's not terrible. It's not terrible. The key to this, and Dan, you'll know more about this than me because you spent some time in politics. The key is having something simple and catchy. So, like, if you go back to, let's say, 2016,
Yeah.
Crooked Hillary, right? That still sticks with me. Whenever I hear her fucking name, I think of Crooked Hillary. But it's so easy and simplistic that I was like, all right, cool.
That one I didn't love. It didn't roll off the tongue, but yeah, I hear you.
It stuck though.
It
I mean,
definitely
he made it
stuck.
work. He made it work. Sleepy Chuck Todd. You know, whenever Chuck Todd's on, like I always think of Sleepy Chuck Todd, and I look at his eyes. And he's tried to widen them a little bit in interviews, you know, but it clearly had an effect on him. President Tweety is not that bad. You know.
I thought it was Sleepy Joe Biden, but yeah, did that come from Chuck Todd?
It did. Yeah, I think he moved it over. I think he was calling him
Hayden Biden. No.
That's it. Yeah. No.
Nice.
Did you see somebody made a cartoon out of that speech he gave? We was talking about kids touching his leg hair and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Really, really
I think
funny.
DC Drano or the typical liberal posted it the other day or some shit. I don't remember who it was. At any rate, this is like, this is not great. I mean, it's like
for who?
It's like you're playing one-on-one with Jordan, and he fucking dunks on your ass, and then you go back down the court and fucking
do a somersault.
You throw the ball up in the air, right?
And do a cartwheel.
Yeah, and then you pull out a gun and shoot yourself in the head. It's like, this is terrible.
It's terrible, but I will say this. Having watched that Hillary doc and looking back at it, the one valuable piece of information I took from it was her campaign manager was just like, man, no matter what we did against Trump, it didn't stick. Nothing happened. So I think you're going back to the same playbook now, going, all right, how do we try to now do the same things he's doing? Because Biden released a statement 2 days ago, I don't know if you saw this, when he was talking about Donald Trump Jr. And the pedophile memes that have been going around with him sniffing girls and shit.
Yeah.
And he said, I will not stoop to this level. I'm not going to play that level of politics with anybody. And it's like, hey, man, Hillary didn't either. And you saw how that worked out for her in 2016. I wonder if this is a pivot of like, all right, well, I'll show him who's boss.
Maybe.
I'll pull out my dick.
I think he's just an old man with dementia, to be honest.
I do too, but somebody's advising him.
Maybe.
I know, but I think he would do better to just not.
I agree.
Personally, but
yeah, what he actually said was that he didn't want to quote unquote get down into the mud with these guys.
Sure.
Which is not what I heard. Because I guess it depends on the age of the person, right?
Yeah.
For Biden. Look, man, I'm not the guy who spent the last 30 or 40 years sneaking up on tween and teen girls and sniffed their fucking back and hair.
There's
that
a lot
wasn't
of videos
me.
out.
That wasn't me that did that. That, sir, was you. Thanks for your service to our country, by the way. That was you. I'm not saying you're a pedophile, but you definitely have some kind of fucking thing going on there. That's weird as shit.
Yeah.
Right? You don't just, first of all, you don't sniff fucking random people.
It's a lot of sniffs, though. It's
And
just
not
a hard
children.
sniff. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah. Jabes, what do you do for that as a woman if somebody gives you a hard sniff? I mean, obviously it's uncomfortable, but their dick's not inside you. So
I always do that, though. I ask first. I'm like, hey, can I smell your hair?
he does. Yeah, what do? You do what we always do, which is just like, God fucking damn it.
Can I smell your
Honestly,
hair?
there's nothing you
I
can
hope I
do.
don't get raped.
Basically.
That's funny. What was that?
That's how we live our lives.
What's that quote? Men are most afraid that women are going to embarrass them, and women are most afraid that men are going to murder them. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how, when we leave the house, that's what all we think. I hope I don't get raped today.
I think we need to switch it up and start embarrassing women more than raping them. I've always been anti-rape.
Yeah, you were one of the first ones.
You were an
one of the
early
first
adopter
ones.
of that. Yeah.
Everybody else was like,
I
rape,
know.
rape. You were
Dan
very
was
anti-rape.
classically-
Yep. I want to
And
say
I
that to
feel
the audience.
vindicated by history as well for saying that.
Oh, yeah, you're on
you
the right
should.
side of it now,
Yep.
for sure.
Yeah, the right
and
side of the
look
Me Too
who's
movement.
laughing now.
Well, it's
Nobody likes rape now.
No one.
You know?
People used to kind of get into it, but now, Dan,
Yeah,
you were the
I
one
mean-
that really turned the corner on that.
No. You're welcome.
On that whole movement.
Yeah.
Biden, the video's going around with him sniffing girls right now over and over and over again. People are doing memes, songs, everything to it. I don't know what he's going to do. I mentioned on Ross Patterson Revolution earlier that he's doing these virtual meet and greets now with the bruncheons and stuff. You'll find this fascinating. The one that he's doing it with on the upcoming one that I get invited to virtually, which is fucking ridiculous, was Kamala Harris. So you might win that bet between us.
I wonder if, oh man, can you imagine? I kind of want Biden to get elected for this sick reason because I want to. I want to see him
dude,
every
for sure.
time Kamala Harris has a fucking press conference. She's right here, and he just walks up into frame,
Yeah.
thumbs up to the crowd, and he walks out.
It really would be such a fun thing since we know the president can't do anything anyways. Like, it would be a fun thing.
It reminds me of old school SNL where Chevy Chase was playing Ford and he was always falling down. With Biden, that would be an endless. Who is it? Because there's a guy that's been playing it. It's Woody Harrelson's been playing him all season on SNL. You'd have to just cast Woody permanently.
He's been playing Joe Biden.
It's so funny,
so
dude.
good.
And he's great.
With
I
big
can't
teeth.
watch SNL, but like when stuff like this happens,
Exactly.
even when Alec Baldwin was doing Trump, I watched because I love Alec Baldwin.
Yeah,
I
me
hate,
too.
Yeah.
As a human being, I hope he fucking gets ass cancer, but
Sure.
as an actor, I fucking love him.
Right,
Everything he's
right.
ever been in, I
I
fucking
know.
love it.
He really
I
can
know.
separate the actor from the person.
Yeah,
I
but-
can too.
Yeah.
And Maya Rudolph was playing Kamala Harris, and she fucking
she
murdered
kills
it
it.
as
She's
well.
the best, dude.
So like the
best.
two of them would be magic.
But
if that
Maya,
happened
what
for
does she
SNL.
even do now? She acts a little bit, and I think she's directing and producing now.
Yeah,
She
she
is,
basically
yeah.
does whatever she wants, and
Whatever
she
she
has
wants.
a bunch of kids. So she has
Oh,
like
really?
5 kids with who's the director?
Anderson?
Wes Anderson?
No, not Wes
No.
Anderson. It's the other one who directed There Will Be Blood.
Oh yeah, what the fuck is that guy's name?
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Paul
Yeah.
Thomas Anderson.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
Thank you, Papa.
And they've got 5 goddamn kids.
yeah.
Yeah,
Good for
They're
them. I
like a
guess.
kid machine.
She's
I know.
I love. She's actually
and they're both just cool.
her
She somehow
comedy.
can just be
comedy's
cool.
good.
Yeah.
Drama's good.
Yep.
Everything she does
All
is
of it.
good.
All of it.
Not
But
everybody can do that.
If that goes down, and I think in the fall, if that heats up and she ends up becoming VP, you're going to see a lot of the two of them this fall, and it'll be comedy.
That'll
I can
be
tell you
fun.
that with Biden. You know, and that's what we look for here, kids, is the comedy in it. You know,
Why doesn't
Yeah.
Why doesn't Trump call him the sniffer?
Something like this. Why
exactly.
is he staying away from
Like
that?
what? Let's write a comic series that is a superhero called the Sniffer, but he only shows up when he's not wanted and he sniffs people. So he's not really a superhero. He's just some asshole.
Yeah, you're not helping or hurting anyone. You're
He's just some.
kind of
He's just some old asshole
annoying.
trying
yeah,
to run for president.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
I guess we don't need to write that because it's
Yeah,
happening
no,
right
no,
in front
no.
of
Yeah.
our goddamn
Doesn't need
eyes
to
right
be
now.
a
maybe I'll write a
cartoon.
song, "Sniff Me Like Biden," because you're going to see a lot of that coming up. It was the young girls I just didn't understand in these videos. I mean, real young.
Like the
does-
fucking aggressive shoulder
Yeah,
rub.
yeah.
And the
That's an old school
I
move, the
hope-
shoulder rub.
I hope that he's just oblivious, but probably not.
Okay. You'll only know if you were in front of him because you're going to feel that dick graze, you know? That you're going to get
Well,
at
he's
least
not
2 inches
getting-
grazing up against that
he's
behind.
not getting hard at this age.
You don't think so?
No.
I think
Not
he's using
naturally,
Roman.
no.
Joe Biden, his wife's a doctor, for Christ's sake. She's not. Well, she's a doctor of history or some shit. But
Yeah.
she's not.
Calm down.
Yeah.
She's not a real doctor.
I was worried that you were going to say she was a real one.
No, not like.
like a
she
doctor,
spent
but-
4
yeah.
years writing a goddamn 800-page book to get her doctorate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nah.
No,
Not
she's
like
just-
a real one.
No, definitely not that.
Sure.
It'll be fun. You know what else is fun, Jabes? The mattresses from ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros.
They are fun, but more importantly, soup's comfortable.
Soup's comfortable. There you go. There it goes. Didn't know where you were going with that. They're going to have a Memorial Day sale. I'm going to pull this up. I just got an email from Rich
Yes.
Bernstein there. They got
Is it starting today?
There
though?
runs until Memorial Day promotion running until 6/5. So that's June 5th. For anybody else who doesn't count or enjoy numbers, 25% of everything plus 2 free ghost pillows, and that's 170 value. The pillows are included when you buy a mattress. Also, they've got a bundle deal. And all bundle deals are 30% off. Jesus Christ, that is a lot. They don't give a fuck
30% is
anymore.
30% is a big deal.
Jesus Christ, dude. 30% with the bundle
Especially
deal?
for an item that goes from $500 to $1,500 on a typical order.
If you got a fucking cooling mattress, and all that shit, the cooling mattress is the goddamn best. That's
Yeah.
amazing. I don't know how they're making any money. God bless them. But
So
you got
that's
3.
starting on Memorial Day?
Yeah, starting on Memorial Day, dude.
Okay,
You're
yeah.
good
So
to go.
right now there's 25% off.
Everything in the store, and then they got the 36-month financing,
Yep.
0 down, 0 APR, all that other shit. And these deals are applicable with that, so it's like $25. They're in stock, ready to ship. They did not have any fucking problem with the coronavirus whatsoever. At all. Every single person who listens to the show who bought a mattress, they were like, dude, it came in like 72 hours to our house. They've had 0 problem with it, and it's shipping right to your door. And that's it. They drop it off, you pull it into your bedroom, pop it out of the box, and you'll be ready to bone, baby. In 2 hours. 2 hours. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. Next up, China. It's always China, isn't it? I could do a week's worth of shows on just China and my hatred for China.
Well, this one isn't just China though.
It is.
This is beyond. This is actually an American company.
Yeah.
Scientists at the University of Buffalo Roswell Park Cancer Institute have bred a new form of human mouse chimera with the highest incidence of human cells ever recorded. It's 4%. So what happened is they take human stem cells, right?
This is in America, Ross, so
And
calm down.
They add them to an embryo of a mouse.
Yep.
Right? Yep. And then let it develop naturally and see what happens. 4% of that mouse is human, technically.
Yeah.
Like DNA wise.
Yeah. Legs.
It doesn't have like one tiny piece of a finger on the side of its head. But
Or just like a human nose, maybe.
Or like hind legs. The hind legs were human legs. That'd be great. Like little baby
mouse.
legs, little toddler
But the mouse
legs.
body's still on
Yes,
like
the
this
rest
yeah,
of the
yeah,
body
yeah,
is still
yeah,
the
yeah,
same.
Yeah.
No, that would be horrifying.
Because the arms would have to get
maybe?
stronger.
Human skin, but looks like a mouse.
Ooh, that would be fun. That's a nice Instagram filter too.
That's just a bald mouse, is it?
Yeah.
But not that kind of skin. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a big difference between like a hairless cat and
Yep.
then just like human skin.
Human
you
skin
know?
on it. Yeah.
I don't know. I used to practice tattooing on hairless cats all the time.
Oh, really?
No.
You're an amateur tattoo artist.
I'm not, no.
Those are my favorites.
I made
Do
all
people
that up.
do that?
No, they use like pieces of leather and shit, I think. Or maybe a pig.
Yeah, they do. They do a lot with
Oh,
pigs.
maybe
A lot with
pigs.
pigs.
Yeah.
So my
Or a
problem here,
cadaver, maybe?
James, this is where this came from, was China. I guarantee you, the scientist is probably
Of some kind of Asian.
China.
Well, if you remember,
Chinese.
China made a sheep pig or
Yeah.
sheep goat
Yeah.
or some shit combo. Like, well,
They
there's
put a human face on a fucking monkey
yeah,
like 3 months
that
ago.
too. Yeah, but this actually has a point. So theoretically speaking, we could be able to make chimeras, which is a combination of two genetic materials into one living creature, right?
Okay.
Chimera.
Yep.
So we would be able to find an animal that has a very short gestation period and they become adults fast, right? So whatever their version of HGH is makes them be born quickly and grow to full size quickly. And we could implant the DNA with encoded stem cells that says to build a liver and fucking make that animal, and then fucking a genetically identical liver to the person who donated the cells would come out. So there's no chance of refusal. That's the biggest problem with organ transplant.
Ah.
That's what they're trying to do here.
Because
And
that is
that
what
is
I'm
incredible.
hearing. Everything that I'm hearing is a mouse that fights people and is real angry and could be used in some form of war and or police tactic.
I'm fine with that. Can we just be honest about where we're headed?
Yeah.
The robots are going to
Robots
take
are gonna
over.
fuck us,
Technology is
yeah.
going to butt fuck us.
Yep.
We're probably in a simulation. And if you don't believe we're in a simulation, do me a favor. Go outside on a windy day.
Yeah.
Like a breezy, like not a steady wind, but like a breezy day. And drop like a fucking paper bag or a piece of plastic on the ground. And then wait 10 seconds or so and then go try to like stomp on it. Because you're going to do it over and over and over again. Like some asshole has a dollar bill and a fucking string and he's pulling it away from you.
SimWorld. We're all in
SimWorld.
it. Yesterday, did you see that article?
Hey, wipe that fucking look off your face.
I mean, though,
James can't. Her tiny mind can't handle this. It's very pea-brainish. She can't handle things like
I
this.
mean, though,
Did you read that article yesterday
I'm losing
in Antarctica?
I don't know. Oh,
You're
no.
losing what?
My erection.
Yeah.
Because you won't shut the fuck up with your face.
Yeah.
I mean, the
I
voice
know
is fine, but it's
usually,
the face.
you and Ross do your shows fully erect
The whole
together,
time,
and
yeah.
Or docking. We docked
yeah,
during the whole
I
thing.
am.
Under the
I
table.
apologize
You
for
were in the
being
way.
here.
We have
You were.
We've got a carbon fiber sleeve that goes back and forth
Yep.
here.
You were blocking the dock. You were a real dock blocker.
Oh my god.
You're a dock blocker. Man, did I just
The
come up with a new
sleeve,
fucking
though?
word?
The sleeve.
You're a
that
dock
goes-
blocker, Jabes.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That article
my
in
face.
Antarctica said that they found these molecules. They think that it provides evidence that there is a parallel universe. Read it. You'll find it super
Yeah.
fascinating. And I was like, Jesus Christ. It
Hey,
came out of
can
the
you
ice.
send one of those children to get me a couple of White Claws? from the
Yeah. We got the Beerworths in
yes.
town. The Beerworths are here in town live in studio.
fridge? None of them are wearing
There is
clothes. I don't
no,
understand.
none of them are wearing clothes. It's one of those things where spring break is not happening for them. Therefore, their spring break is on Drinkin Bros and Ross Patterson Revolution.
So they
Well,
are living it up.
obviously.
one of our faves. We're gonna have Chris on at the end of the show as the Drinkin Bro of the week, and we'll let him chat about it. But it's nice that you did send your children to go get booze for Dan. It's
I
great.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Father of the year.
Father of
Maybe
the year.
maybe get some clothes on those kids.
Yeah, maybe put just
Look,
some
but it's
bottoms
spring
on.
break. It's their spring
Two
break.
boys,
You
put
know
some
what I
bottoms
mean?
on at least. Tops are fine.
Yeah, I don't know why they're only wearing tops. That's weird.
They like to Winnie the Pooh it, huh?
Yeah.
Donald the
Make
Ducket?
sure they're not.
Donald Ducket.
Yeah, Donald Ducket.
Wait, is that's from Deadpool 2, right?
don't
Did
know.
he say he was walking around Donald ducking it? Isn't it what T.J. Miller said?
I haven't.
Donald Duck, and I thought it was Winnie the Pooh.
I don't know.
I don't remember which one he
I
said.
haven't seen Deadpool
Okay.
2 yet.
Well,
but,
Deadpool 2 is amazing.
Is it really?
As is
The first one
one.
was pretty good, yeah.
and 3 will be great too because it's Ryan Reynolds being himself
Yeah, exactly.
in a costume for fucking an hour and a
It's
half.
Van Wilder
Yes.
in a superhero
But that's
costume.
like Deadpool was written back around the time I think that Ryan Reynolds was born. So it's like
Probably.
another Sim World kind of.
Yeah, he's
right?
in his 40s. It's all a fucking thing, dude. And we all can get to be the Sim. Yeah,
Sim
James.
world.
I just don't
Sim
have
world.
space in my mind
No, she
for
doesn't.
stuff that isn't.
Definitely doesn't.
You're
we're
out
out of
of
White
White
Claw.
Claw?
I
That
think
can't
there's
be
some
true.
Arnold Palmers on the side of the fridge.
thought
That's
there
a
was
new
some,
Fresca.
Chris-
There's also some Corona Frescas in there. Either or.
Just any alcohol,
They're
beer,
next to the
alcohol.
Killcliff. Oh, which is our next sponsor. KillcliffCBD.com.
perfect.
Love the Killcliff, man. KillcliffCBD.com is, you're wearing the chain. Dan's wearing the gold chain if you're watching on YouTube. By the way, subscribe to the video show on YouTube.
I won a contest.
Shadow Band.
And they put this around my neck.
When was this? Was it Vegas?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
No.
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 Yeah. No.
It was a
Yep,
private contest that they
private
had
contest.
at his house.
Yeah, I don't know if they're shipping it out, but if you go to killcliffcbd.com today, they're doing free shipping with the promo code Drinkin Bros, and you also get 20% off, which is a monster savings. 3 amazing flavors: grape, mango, and orange Kush. Chances are you're hanging out with your family and you are over it by now. Have some CBD sent to the house. The flavor's amazing. No carbs, no sugars.
Sniff the cliff, somebody said.
Sniff the cliff.
Oh, I like it.
Hand me
I
that
like
thing.
that. Biden.
Which? This?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just like
come
put your-
on in. Pop on
Put
in.
your hands on his
Sniff.
shoulders.
It's fine
The
if you're on
cliff.
camera. There he is.
Oh my gosh, there you go. Okay.
There you
That's
go.
I'm being served
Arnold
alcohol by a
Palmer.
child.
That's
I think
child.
something.
How old are you?
21.
Oh, you're
Nice.
Oh, right
Gosh,
answer.
He looks just like
right
his
answer.
dad.
We're live today, so there's a lot of
Exactly
cops.
like you. He looks.
Yeah, he does. He does. Is that a good thing?
We're calling
Kidding.
the cops.
Kidding.
Yeah.
On ourselves.
KillcliffCBD.com is the best in the biz. You will not piss hot. There's no THC in it. It is 100% approved. Killcliff is the only name you can trust in this space. So go to KillcliffCBD.com today. Promo code Drinkin Bros, 20% off and free shipping. Next up, 3M, the company that just paid a $9.1 million settlement to United States troops for shitty earplugs, is at it again.
What was wrong with? the
Yeah, what
earplug?
happened with the earplugs?
So everybody
I know
knows
the
about this
lawsuit,
now.
but I
Those
don't
little
know
green and yellow earplugs that everybody in the military was issued
Mm-hmm.
for the entire 2000s, basically, and some of the 2010s as well. They sucked, apparently. I never wore them because I was in gunfights, and you have to be able to hear what the fuck's going on. But the people who did wear them, like especially people who worked on aircraft and fucking, because you wear like plugs and then a fucking set of cans over the top of it. People that are working on aircraft or any kind of loud shit, artillery that are fucking boom, boom all the time. They don't wear shit like this. They wear fucking earplugs. Those things didn't work. So 3M got the shit suit out of them, but they got off easy. $9.1 million for that.
It's
It's
cheap.
fucked up. Especially nobody respects hearing. Like the military. So I have a disability rating for hearing, but it's service connected 0%. They don't pay me anything for it. It's like, oh yeah, you can't hear.
Oh, no bigs.
No shit. I didn't know that.
Like if I needed to
fucked
hear,
up.
if it was bad enough that I needed hearing aids, they would give me shit for it. But unless it's total hearing loss, like you're completely deaf, they're like, fuck
You're
you.
good, right?
A little bit of hearing loss is to be expected, man.
yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
And Ray Cash Care, when he was here the other day, and I was
Yeah,
on a
he can't hear
conversation.
shit, yeah.
No, and he was like, "Hey man, I apologize if you could tell me on this side." And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, he said the same exact thing.
People get blown up on one side or the other, or if you're a shooter, like if I'm a right-handed shooter, my left ear sucks because that's where all the noise goes.
and they do nothing about that.
I mean,
There's no disability checks.
Little swift pat on the butt, get the fuck out, right?
No shit.
And the biggest, actually bigger than just straight out hearing loss is tinnitus, right? Which is like a ringing, constant ringing in your
so
ears.
my dad's got that. It's the fucking worst.
It is the absolute worst, and you don't get paid shit for that either.
no way.
Yeah.
Those are the ones where people fucking kill themselves.
Kill themselves. Yeah, if you're
Yeah,
hearing
it drives
that
you fucking
ringing.
Because
nuts,
it's
dude.
insane.
That's why I can't
I
go to
can't
sleep at night, because
imagine.
once it gets quiet, That's why I need a fan or the TV on. And if it goes off at night, like even if I'm asleep, I wake up immediately.
How is it in a big city sleeping?
I
It's got to
love
be
it.
better, right?
I love it. Yeah, that's why I can't live in the country, unless it's like super. If it's got to be country, like where there's crickets all night.
Yeah.
That'll
Yeah.
keep me asleep, but otherwise, no. At any rate, the point of that is nobody gives a fuck about ears.
Yeah.
For some reason,
True.
I don't know why that's the one thing that the military and government don't seem to care about. But now, these stupid motherfuckers at 3M just got the biggest contract in their history for COVID-19 related supplies, like medical supplies and shit like that.
I knew they would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the biggest federal contract they've ever gotten.
Yikes. Well, to be fair.
And this is the largest COVID-related contract as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, to be fair, though, this is one of the biggest corporations who specializes in this in the United States. It helps the stock market if 3M does better. And that will never change, probably. As shitty as that is, it will never fucking change, dude.
Well, the lesson is if you spend enough money on politicians to get them elected, even if you're a piece of shit company like this, you will be relevant into perpetuity.
Yeah. Won't matter.
So all of American politicians, even the ones that I like, can get fucked.
Yeah. Well, there you have it with 3M. Luckily, if you're trying to plug up your ears and hear some tunes, you can go to buyraycon.com. That's RAYCON.com. Buyraycon.com/Drinkin Bros. Put that /Drinkin Bros on the end of buyraycon.com/Drinkin Bros. It means you get a 15% discount on these mother squeezers, dude. I'm going to hold them up to camera here. These are the finest wireless earphones in the biz. Actually, I don't know if Bose is better, but I'm assuming
Those, I was watching one of their...
but they're expensive. Bose are so goddamn expensive.
yeah, they're
man.
like 150.
All that shit's expensive, dude.
I actually like these better.
These
to
are
be honest.
$65.
Well,
Just the fit and everything.
yeah, there was
Yeah.
some dude. I was watching one of their commercials on YouTube the other day, and the guy said the same thing I did. That the bass is so much better in this one,
Yeah.
than it is. But basically, what they do is there's this little fucking baffle in there with a thing. It looks like a speaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
A little speaker, but you push air through it or energy through it or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
and it just rattles back and forth. It's the same thing that makes your phone vibrate. But it's hard to do that without it sounding like some knucklehead's car that he got a very fucking good system, but didn't do any of the rest of the stuff to make it not rattle the whole time.
Yeah.
That most speakers that have really good bass rattle like a motherfucker, and it sounds terrible.
Yeah, these sound great, man.
Yeah.
They last 6 hours. It comes with a little tiny case. They charge up in there. 6 hours worth of power. You're good to go. Go to buyraycon.com/Drinkin Bros today. 15% off. Knocks it down to $65. There is not a more affordable headphone in the business than these guys right here. Next up, U.S. birth rates have fallen to record lows. American women had babies at a record low. Oh, well, and men. There was that man on Oprah. He didn't have a baby last year either. The pregnant man. American women and the pregnant man had babies at record low rates last year and pushed U.S. births down to the smallest total in 35 years, according to federal figures released on Wednesday. Why is that? Have you thought about this?
Well, people are waiting longer to have kids, I think, and they're also having fewer children because of economic instability, in my opinion. And here's why. So 50 years ago, even if you went to college, like Bill O'Reilly always likes to tell this story where I fucking painted houses in the summertime to pay my way through Harvard. I'm like, motherfucker, do you know how many houses you would have to paint now to
It
pay your
just
way
doesn't
through
fucking
fucking
work like
Harvard?
that. Yeah.
You stupid bitch. Like, that's retarded now. God damn, I fucking hate that guy. Anyways, that is stupid. So what really happens is, because if you go to like a fucking top level university, not even an Ivy League school, you're going to pay $120,000 for college for sure. You're going to pay that much.
For sure.
And either your parents are affluent, and that's okay.
Yep.
Or, like most people, you take out fucking loans, right?
Right.
And a $120,000 loan is basically, for somebody that age, equivalent to a fucking mortgage.
Yeah.
So you know what they're not doing? Getting a fucking mortgage.
Yeah.
That's why the housing stuff is fucked up all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
And they're also not having kids because they haven't started their lives yet. People aren't starting their lives until they're in their early 30s now.
It's true. The other thing about it is millennials themselves, and I've read this a couple other places, are more selfish, where they're like, no, great, I can live with my parents, or I can live. You can't have a fucking baby with your parents, obviously.
Well,
So,
Maybe if you come down south to the
Yeah,
Mason-Dixon
man.
line, you piece of shit.
Swap it up.
Hell yeah.
brother.
My daughter's carrying one of mine right now. Hell yeah. That's not what you meant, though. Right?
Eyes closed together.
You meant like living with their
living with
parents,
them, yeah. Living with them inside the house and all that other stuff. I think, me personally, it is fiscally responsible if you wait until you can afford to have a child, because kids are fucking expensive as shit.
They are, yeah.
And that's what I did, where I was just like, all right, cool. I want to party and have fun and then have kids in my 30s.
We should also ask ourselves, though, if it's good for us as a society to make people wait that long to start a family or to start their career, start their life, or whatever the fuck, right? Because it's like, it's mission creep, basically. Are we better now at all the things that require long education? Are we better at law now? Are we better at history now? Are we better at English now? Are we better at fucking finance now? Not really. We're still doing the same shit we've been doing. Like, technology's changed, but most of the people that are working in actual tech either don't need that education because they're fucking super smart, or they're grinding it out, and those people's educations are typically 2-year, not 4-year. So that's not even the group of people we're talking about. We're talking about liberal arts degrees and shit. So why do they cost so much more now? And why are we spending so much more time on them now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, all we're doing is putting people in debt. It's mission creep. It started out like, hey, it takes you about 2 years to get the education to do this. Like, oh, dope, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh, actually, we added some other stuff, so now it's 6 years. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's not just 6 years of time. It's 6 years of fucking accrued debt.
Money.
Where you're
Yeah.
not making money. It's fucking retarded to me.
And it's going to keep going unless somebody steps in and does something about it. The problem is, I don't know what can be done at this point. We haven't even solved fucking immigration yet. You think we're going to or healthcare? You think we're going to solve the college student debt? Not one prayer.
But
that
it
is
is
way on the back burner.
That's why I wasn't too butthurt about people who were talking about, like, look, the general consensus on the right is that people who signed up for these loans, well, fucking, you should just pay them off then. You fucking did it. Like, yeah, of course.
Right.
What was the other option? Doesn't make it right. And it doesn't mean I should stop fighting to make that better for everybody. So get fucked with that attitude.
Yeah, I don't see an end in sight. Jabes, we're still paying for your student loans, you know?
Yeah. As the only woman here, should I
Go ahead.
talk about it? Or
Yeah, fire away.
I think it has to do a little bit with exactly that in women, though, as far as like the college is concerned, because you do pay so much that when a woman is going to have a child, it is so much more of a sacrifice of what said money that they spent, right? Because you're either going to have that time away from your job or you're going to just not go back to it. So there's all kinds of, because you're paying that much money and you're that much in debt, the woman's not going to just say, all right, cool. Well, I guess I'm just staying home now, right?
Right.
Is definitely part of it, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree. But again, what can be done about it is the other thing. Unless you're going with Dan's theory earlier in the show, where you're just creating humans faster and shooting them out. You know?
No,
and they
that's
grow
not-
up
No,
No,
fast.
I think it's just putting more importance in making it like child care, and free child care is really just like.
Yeah, but you're putting a Band-Aid on a fucked up situation there. That shouldn't, like, childcare should obviously be way cheaper, and it should be probably subsidized at some point.
Yes.
But it's a much bigger issue than that. Like, the education community has become like big pharma. That's why everybody fucking hates it.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the number? The average, relative to inflation, the average professor salary has gone up since 1979, I think it is.
Yeah.
About 22%.
Yeah.
And the administrative salaries have gone up 2,000%. So deans are getting paid more. Consultants, marketing people for the fucking universities,
Yep.
all these people, because it's a fucking money pit.
Right,
It
man,
is-
professors, teachers never used to get paid. Professors are not getting paid, son.
Not really.
It's a 6-figure job.
It should be.
I agree.
But not like the problem isn't their 6-figure job. It's the fact that the dean of the school is making fucking $8 million a year. And it's also a problem where, excuse me, athletics have become an issue as well. The NCAA, for example, because they've created a system where these motherfuckers just like drain all the money out of all the marketing of the school and shit like that.
Yeah.
And they don't pay the athletes at all. Like it's a system. It's almost like broken window theory because they don't have to pay the athletes for the billions of dollars they're making in these universities. They feel like they don't have to fucking do anything else.
Yeah.
With that, I think it's all super predatory, and it's people don't think about it like that with education. Like they see the big pharma as predatory, but we set up this whole, not only completely necessary to get a lot of jobs system, but one with no alternative where people have to go through it and they don't have any other choice but to take on debt to start off their life. We fucked this whole country up
Right.
when it comes to education. I don't even know what you can do about it.
I don't either.
That's true.
At this point, you can take some boner pills, have some sex with your lady if you want. Next up is GetRoman.com/Drinkin Bros, Jabes. I'm saying pull out responsibly then if you can't afford the kid. You know, that'll cut down on the education.
I don't
costs.
think I don't think pull out responsibly is a word or a phrase that people
It
use.
should be. Pull out responsibly. Don't just pull out all willy-nilly,
Right,
shooting
right,
wherever
right.
you want.
Sure.
Pull out responsibly. Go to GetRoman.com/Drinkin Bros today. Boner pills. Boners.
Do you have some water over there?
I might. You might have to take over the rest of the sponsor for me.
Oh, for
I
real?
got a real dry cough.
Yeah, can you just talk about dicks for 5 minutes?
No, I can't.
Dicks.
You can't talk about anything.
Like hard dicks, soft dicks, long skinny ones, little fat ones that look like a big easy button.
An easy button, huh?
Well,
know that, like-
Ron McElhenney referred to his as looking like a button in a fur coat one time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
It's
one.
like
That's a good one.
acorn in a pile of autumn leaves.
Yeah. His wife actually said it, but he's the one that wrote that line.
It's great.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
It's great. Go to GetRoman.com today. Here's the thing. If you want a recreational boner, just have fun. Party with your wife a little bit, girlfriend, mistress, gay lover. You want to bang a dude and show off your extra skin. Go
Look,
to
I'll tell you this.
Girls can
GetRoman.com/Drinkin
take
Bros
it, right?
today.
So like Viagra?
Girls can take it. It'll plump up your labia a little bit.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
like it just
Yeah.
puts more oxygen in your bloodstream, makes your blood flow more. But if you're gonna experiment with gayness, if you're feeling a little frisky or whatever,
sure.
it is,
Sure.
Why are you fucking idiots laughing at me?
Yeah.
It's not a comedy show. If
It's
you're gonna
the news.
if you're gonna experiment with gayness, bring it for real. Go take those boner pills. Don't fucking show up like a bitch.
Yep.
If you're gonna experiment with gayness, bring it for real.
Especially if you're a real straight guy and you're just bored.
Right,
Because
right.
don't represent our community in a negative way.
Exactly.
Like-
exactly.
And don't expect to just be able to get hard just because you have been able to in the past.
Yeah, just
you need to
because-
take a boner pill, dude. Go to GetRoman.com/Drinkin Bros.
Just because you get hard when you're watching gay porn on the internet.
Doesn't mean when it's right in front of
Yeah.
you
Yeah, you're
that
gonna
you're
be
going
able
to
to
be
perform.
able.
There's nerves and anxiety, all sorts of stuff
Sure.
going on. Just make sure that dick will get up, because if you embarrass me, I swear to God, I'll turn this car around and go right home.
These pills will make it feel as if the skin is tearing off your penis, dude. Like that boner is so hard. 5 questionnaire is all you take from an online doctor, which is nothing. It takes you 4 minutes. You're in and out of there. Free shipping, discreet packaging. No one will know you even have it. Go to GetRoman.com/Drinkin Bros today. Straight or gay, man or woman. It'll plump up those labes. Plump up the labes, plump up the labes, plump. Next up, Operation Haircut is in full effect. People in Michigan are done with authoritarian and incompetent rule from their witless governor.
What do you think the chances she gets reelected are?
I'm surprised, by the way, Trump hasn't used
doesn't-
witless for Whitmer.
Witless Whitmer. He doesn't have to yet. He doesn't have
Not
to yet.
quite,
Because
yeah.
she's
It's not
like,
a threat.
look, if somebody's kicking their own ass, don't fucking jump in there.
Just
Yeah.
let him
You might
do
catch
it.
an accidental fucking hook. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
like, oh, and then when she stops for a little bit, just stomp on her.
And you can go back to her. With barbershops and salons closed indefinitely due to the state's coronavirus lockdown, barbers are scheduled to cut hair on the Capitol lawn for 3 hours Wednesday
And they did.
afternoon. And they did yesterday.
I
They
love
did it.
this.
And the
So
fucking
much.
police were like, oh, if you do this, you're in violation of the order and get it cited.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Fuck you, I'm getting a fade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jessie, this was one of your favorites.
I love it.
You
It's
cut hair
killing
back in the
birds
day.
with stones. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
No,
you
it's getting 2 birds stoned at once. That's what Ricky from Trailer Park Boys says.
Oh, yeah,
Which
yeah, yeah.
makes way more sense. As a matter of fact, if you like Trailer Park Boys, there's a there's like a short clip of the producer of the show and director of the show that is him explaining Rickyisms and all the stupid shit he says. And
it's the best part of the show.
He explains in a couple of ways how what Ricky's saying actually makes a little bit more sense than the actual phrase.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if makes him retarded or me retarded, but one of us.
Both. I'd say both.
He's Canadian, so it's hard to tell if they're retarded or just
Canadian.
Or just fucky.
It's like
That's
being
always difficult.
like gay from Atlanta. Like who's
Yeah.
How
Who
do you know?
knows? You can't really tell.
Nobody loses either. Nobody loses there.
No, you can be Canadian and gay or retarded.
Anything.
I don't care.
Anything. Yeah. Nobody. Dan.
Yeah, I'll still bang you. I don't care.
So two things Dan is known for. He's
retards.
always been against rape.
Oh yeah,
Always
for sure.
been
Yeah,
against
pretty
rape.
much the whole time.
And then also he's not afraid of if you're retarded
Or Canadian.
or Canadian.
Or
so three.
if that's-
Those are the three things that Dan is known for.
Yeah.
Pretty much RRC on that one. You know.
RCMP.
Yeah. Rape, retardation, and Canadian.
Calm down.
What's CRC? Next up, a Colombian advertising company is pitching a novel, if morbid, solution to shortages of hospital beds and coffins during the coronavirus pandemic. Combine them. Big fan of this. ABC Displays has created a cardboard bed with metal railings that designers say can double as a casket if the patient dies. Of course, this is from Colombia, by the way, which is also a country that is a lot further away from the U.S. than people actually think.
Further away economically, yes.
Yeah.
It's not that long of a flight, but
But they're poor.
yeah, they're poor as shit. You would think the bedside manner in a hospital would be a little bit better than that. I don't even
Lay in this coffin.
That's like
Gotta lay in the coffin.
that's like raising a pig, but it's in a frying pan the whole time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what the fuck is up with this shit?
Should we put that picture
Yeah,
up?
can you throw the picture up? Oh my god.
Look at this, you guys.
Wow.
So I read this article. I read the article, and at first I was like, "Man, that's pretty interesting." And then I saw the picture, and I couldn't stop laughing.
It's the best. It's a
And it's
cardboard
the way
coffin.
that they
Like, look at-
force perspective it too,
Yeah.
where it's like
It's like, "Hey, you
He's a
you
little
okay?
tiny
All right,
guy.
close her up, throw her out in the
Close
fucking
her up.
backyard."
They're dead.
gosh.
Cardboard coffin.
They're just more efficient over there,
They
you know?
really are.
How much does it cost just to fucking burn somebody? Like I don't know.
I $2,200 is what I paid.
Why does it cost that much to fucking turn some fire on?
I don't know.
I know.
We invented fire as a
That's what
species. We invented.
By the way,
fire.
I said the same exact thing.
I
I
feel-
like, how much you charging me for this?
Yeah, I feel like fire should be free.
And he said, here's a fucked up thing.
I want to file a patent
he goes,
for fire.
He goes, hey man, because your other relatives have been here, like I'll give you a deal. And I was like, oh, it was gonna be $2,500. I got it for $2,200.
What's the deal? He just throws your guy out back and you keep the money? Or?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But you get the ashes at the end, and you're like, what do I? It could be anybody.
I don't
even know
want-
that you burned my dad.
No one's getting my ashes. Just burn me. You don't need to. Why would you carry my fucking ashes around? Why don't you just cut my pinky off and put it in a little fucking ring box? Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's my
Ooh, that
dad.
could
Check
be
out my
fun.
dad.
That's a flirty thing.
That's a fun flirty thing.
It's
Yeah.
stupid, and so is fucking having some of these ashes. That's so fucking weird to me.
What do you want? You just want to be
Nothing.
burned and thrown away?
Yes.
So, but if you
Okay.
die, you're not gonna know it. I'm gonna cut off your dick and wear it in a box around my neck.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
That's
that.
the ultimate flex.
Yeah.
Where you're just wearing a.
That's the other thing. Why do
A
you
dick
care what
box of your
happens
buddy.
to you after you die if the people...
Because I don't want my relatives spending money to make all this shit happen.
Oh
That's
my
true.
god! You know, it'd be a better
That's true.
flex is sending your dick to your parents and being like, "Hey, I
It's all
thought you
we
would
could-
want your son's dick back."
I don't know. That's weird.
I know it is, but because then they would be forced to look at
course
it, and
it's
that's the
weird.
last memory they have.
Of
is-
course
is
it's weird.
Of your penis.
Ross is saying
in a
it.
tiny glass
Just
box.
send them the head.
Oh, the
Just
head
take a
of the
cigar
penis.
cutter to it and just take the head with you.
No, I mean my head, not the head of my dick.
Oh, because
yeah.
I do think the head of the penis would be a lot better too.
Yeah,
Like,
same.
This is the only thing that wouldn't burn. We don't know why. For some reason.
That would be really funny.
We tried and tried. We put it back in there like 3
Put it
times and
back in
it
the
would
oven.
not go up.
you couldn't burn
Wait,
the head of
What
the
do you know
penis.
about his dick?
do we know that it's like real even? I
Can you
don't
see his
know.
medical records?
Yeah.
No, like actually for the environment, I guess just bury me not in a box. Just throw me under the ground so when my body decomposes, it
Helps.
The soil
Yeah,
gets
it grows
stuff. I
a
don't know.
tree or
like
some
what else are you
morning
gonna
glories.
do? That would be
I'd
cool.
like to do.
for memorialization. If somebody wanted to do that thing where you put me into a tree that grows, it makes sense to me.
Okay.
That's kind of neat. But
Yeah.
just having a jar full of fucking somebody's dead ash body.
Yeah.
What the
Strange.
fuck, dude?
It's strange.
It is strange.
Last but not least, Kamala Harris is making sure people are staying focused on the real problem at hand. The Democratic senator, who is supposedly a frontrunner for VP from California, introduced a resolution condemning anti-Asian sentiment as related to the COVID-19, including the use of the phrase Wuhan Virus.
What does that mean?
What do you mean?
How can you? What?
Not saying that phrase?
No, they're condemning it though.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you can't say it.
Yeah. So what? Yeah.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can list it as hate speech.
She's spending taxpayer money.
Oh, yeah.
To try to get a governing body just to write on a piece of paper that they condemn stuff.
Yeah.
That's what you're paying for when you pay your taxes.
Just to walk you through some figures here: 83% of white people murder victims were killed by white people. 90% of black people murder victims were killed by black people.
Yeah, you almost always get murdered by somebody of
Your own race. It's always
almost
your own race.
always, and it's higher in instances of ethnic minorities because their communities in the U.S. are more exclusive than white people's are for sure.
Yeah.
Like there aren't a whole lot of white people living in Chinatown, motherfucker.
No.
You know what I mean? It's
No.
just the way it is. It's not like a judgment on anybody or anything like that. It's just the way human beings are.
Yeah.
They usually group with people that look like them. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, yeah.
For the most part.
Is she your get fucked of the week?
Yeah. Yeah, she is absolutely. She's this woman's retarded. Like with everything that's going on right now.
Is this
Everything
the
that's
most
going
important
on.
thing?
Like if there's anything she should be focusing on, it should be on polishing her really bad criminal justice reform image. Because she's a lefty Democrat supposedly, but she's lefty in the same vein that Hillary Clinton is. Nothing she's done other than her recent feigned progressivism has ever even resembled a Democrat
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
in her entire career. Like that whole we got to get these super predators off the street that Hillary Clinton was talking about in '95 is the same bullshit she was doing in California, enforcing 3-strike laws, which are racist as fuck, and all this other bullshit. It's like fucked up.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, when it's convenient to be progressive, that's what she does. But now it's just a distraction because she knows that she can't run on her record. That's what's happening here.
Yeah.
So she's just trying to fish.
Speaking of super predators, we got the Drinkin Bro of the week, Chris Beerworth. Come on in, you super predator, you SOP.
Calm down. Don't
What?
call people that.
Well,
Why?
Well, the problem is when he walks on camera, he's going to look
You're
like a
gonna
super
understand
predator.
why
You're
you
gonna
see it
see,
here
you're
in
gonna
a-
see.
in a couple
Okay.
moments. It
Okay.
looks like a super predator. This
Yeah,
is
just
the
walk
guy
right in
that-
front of the cameras, asshole.
There you go.
No, he's
It's too late
fine.
now.
Do
That's
what you
all right.
want.
Look,
You're on spring break.
you
with the
do.
kids.
You're on
Do what you
spring
want.
break, brother.
Do what you want.
He's
Welcome, Chris Beerworth. I want to give you Drinkin Bro of the week. I know you're here with your two kids. You were also on the Drinkin Bros cruise. You were one of our biggest supporters of everything we do, and I want to give you the Drinkin Bro of the week. And I'm glad you stopped down to Wilmington, North Carolina, man.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for letting us in, man. You guys are like awesome, and got the whole crew, and everybody's been so friendly. And
yeah. When we first saw your face, we called the cops.
We
Yeah,
called
yeah. We were
police.
trying.
Then we
not-
had to.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Then we had to call them back. We're like, oh,
yeah, yeah.
Man, don't shoot,
Yeah.
guys.
See, Bolo, I told you, it's a
Yeah.
real thing.
be on the lookout. You don't know
Yeah,
what
he
Be on
bolo
the
doesn't.
means.
lookout.
He still
I-
doesn't believe that it's a real thing.
I go bolo tie. That's the only thing I know and do. Yeah. There we go.
No, he just
I'm a little cowboy. I'm a little cow man. We were talking before you came on the show. You were like, hey, man, how crazy was that Drinkin Bros cruise we were on? We've talked about it on the show, but I don't think we've ever had a listener describe how crazy it was. Like,
Wow, since we went wheels down in Houston, me and Reed, man, we hit the hotel room,
Mm-hmm.
and that shit turned into a drinkers party, man. Everybody just linked up together. And
Yeah.
there was booze, GMOs,
Is that where we stayed?
going on.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just
Right?
happened to all be in
Yeah.
the same. We didn't know until we walked downstairs.
we didn't know when
Then
we walked
there's
downstairs. Yeah.
50 of you assholes in
Yeah.
the fucking lobby.
Bar down inside. Well, it wasn't even a bar. It was just like the lobby area. It was
Well, they
Yeah,
had
yeah.
booze
There was
though.
nothing. And then, like, yo, there's a strip joint down the road, Bucks Wild, man. So a bunch of us
Mm-hmm.
dudes rolled down there.
Yeah.
There was a female there, too. She
Yeah.
Yeah, there was,
Yeah,
there was a couple with us.
Yeah.
We did I forgot about that. So when he was talking about that earlier, we did a live show inside a fucking strip club that night.
There was some girl.
Yeah.
There was some girl there trying to convince me that her dad was this very well-known physicist, and I'm like,
That's right. That's right.
I mean, maybe it's
so
true, but I
good.
was just like, oh.
There was
I
a
don't think
stripper
so.
from Philadelphia working there. She spent the entire time trying to convince Dan that her dad was this well-known physicist.
Yeah.
And
I couldn't tell
finally-
she was trolling because I was already fucked up by the time we
You're
got
like,
over there.
dude, are you
But
fucking
finally,
serious?
I stopped this conversation and I was like, come on. If he's a well-known physicist,
Yeah.
then why the fuck are you doing what you do now? And she goes, just to piss him off.
Yeah,
And
I
I was
edited
like,
it. I heard all of
Yeah,
it.
so I was like, maybe that's true.
And
Who
then
knows?
everyone came up to me after was like, I'm sorry that Ross did that.
What? Did I trolled a stripper? I'm
No,
not sorry
no,
about it.
whatever you did, they were like, it's not our fault. It's not our fault that he did.
Oh, I didn't. I was good. I didn't do anything. Now, on the other hand, I will say this.
I don't care. It's
That
a
was
strip
stacked
club.
damn-
There was yes. So
What is his name?
I know.
I forget his name, but he.
Hunter Lomax.
Yeah, Hunter.
So
Hunter
what,
Lomax,
What they were
Yep.
saying, what they were saying, they were forgiving me for was so Hunter Lomax. He came in with $5,000.
That was $2,500.
What was it? 25.
And all in one.
All ones.
Yeah.
And but it was in 2 like bricks on a belt, and he gave me like 500 ones, and he goes, "Hey man, it's my fucking drink. Just throw it at the stripper. Just throw it at the stripper." And I was like, "All right, cool, man. You know, we're in the middle of a live show," and I was like, "He's like, man, you can't start it until you throw it at the stripper." I grabbed the ones. I just chucked it right at her, and it was a hard chuck too. Like
You didn't,
boom. No,
We didn't have time.
We didn't have time
Didn't have
for
time
that
to.
because I had the mic in one hand.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I could only
So
throw
you
it
just threw it
as hard
at
as I
somebody's
could,
head, yeah.
and it just
Oh.
got a little sticky in there. Somebody had.
We're still on land. The cruise ain't even started yet.
I
know.
know.
It's popped off.
I know.
So we had stayed at that hotel to be like, all right, let's just relax a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like before the cruise, we'll just chill out. We walk into the lobby and all you fuckers are in there. We're
Raging,
like,
dude.
oh no.
Ross and I had been on the road for, I think, 7 days at that point.
Yes.
Yes.
Already.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
had
yeah.
just met up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, and then Houston.
Yep.
We really visited the whole state of Texas that week.
Yeah, wow.
But it was a blast.
Walking through the mean streets of Houston.
And then the cruise. Tell
Yeah.
people, because like it's hard to express it on the show because we hosted, obviously. But how crazy was the cruise?
Man, the cruise, it was just crazy because like there was no borders. It was like no time zones or time things. Hey, this event's going on here. No, it was like everybody was hanging out. Jared, Matt, Danny, Dan. It was just like family, man. We're sitting
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
bar, just
It was
drinking,
fun.
Pool,
Yeah.
dinner. Everybody's just. Nobody was scared to say anything. And
We all ate together, got
It was
fucked
so
up
fun.
all day.
And nobody got in a fight, man. That was like the big thing. I don't think there was any like.
I
No,
never,
not
but
with our people,
not
no.
with our,
I've
Drinkin'
never
Bros
seen-
listeners. I've never seen one fight.
No, not in the history.
You and
of
I
the
do
show.
a lot of live shows, and
Yeah.
like, let's face it, down in Florida, when that guy said that he had murdered somebody and spent some time in jail.
Nico, yeah.
No, was it Nico?
Yeah, it's one of Amiri King's friends.
What's his last name? Is
I
it Nico
don't
the Greco?
remember. Maybe that might
If
be.
it
him, yeah.
is, he's in here all the time.
Was it him?
Yes.
I don't know if that's the same guy.
If it isn't, it isn't. But I don't want. If he's on here, tell me, Nico. If that's you, that's amazing. But yeah, even that night, it was just like because people got worried when he said he murdered somebody, and you were like,
But that's
wait a
because
minute.
the guy on before him was a fucking Orlando police sniper.
cop. Yeah. But that's how wild our show is that we had a SWAT member followed by somebody who just got out of jail. Like it's crazy across the board, but everybody gets along. There's never been a fucking issue at any of these events.
It's a very wide array of people too.
Yeah.
Like it's not just all fucking white conservatives, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Or white
yeah.
police conservatives or white military conservatives. A lot of different weirdos. A lot of
Puerto Rican
weirdos,
women. Totally kidding. I have no idea.
Yeah. I mean, it is a lot of dudes, I guess.
I'd tell you what, since you've been listening to the show for so long, is there anybody that you personally would like to give the Drinkin' Bro of the Week away to?
Oh man.
I think he needs to talk into your mic. Is that right?
Oh my bad.
It can't get any closer.
No, it's not his mic.
It's not Rib.
Yeah, he can't get any closer. So is that turned
So
on
does
or
he
no?
need to go onto Ross's mic?
Is it Rib?
He's on. You can hear.
Go ahead.
Yeah. My wife Donna, she puts up with this dumbass and the beard, not going anywhere anytime soon. So, but Donna Beerworth, man, she's been through it all. Deployments, military, been through shit, moving, kids. Just her, man. She's
That's awesome. What's her name?
Donna.
Donna. Okay.
Yes, everyone's talking about her on here. so-
Everybody's talking about
Yeah,
Donna.
yeah.
on
Well, she's
here?
in the room actually.
Is she? Donna's in the room?
Yeah,
She's
she was.
the one that actually lined up the cruise for me and Reed to go on, and I was on deployment at the time, and I had no clue, and it was like a big surprise. So
Okay.
it was huge. Man, she's the best.
Awesome.
Oh,
Ah, Donna Beerworth.
love to
Donna
hear
Beerworth.
it.
Does she not like the beard?
Hates it.
No shit.
It's like Kevlar. It's tough.
Yeah, I mean it's very Duck Dynasty, but you ever thought about trimming it up? That might do it a little bit. Shape it a little bit.
I just want to get back to work. I don't know.
Donna, what if she shapes it? What if he shapes it?
I don't think they can hear him talking.
No, they
out of his
can't. They
mouth.
can't hear him
so-
talking. So I'd say what we're gonna run this back, and then for the people on YouTube, you take over here, and I'll pop out of here. Yeah. Give a shout out to Donna.
Donna. Oh, do you ever sing?
Oh my God,
Oh,
Donna, baby, I love you.
Donna.
The beard's not going. Oh, I know, right?
All right. You know you sing that to her.
I do. Yeah, she's like been like I said, through military life, the kids and everything, putting up with me, work, not working, and being home too long because there's gonna be a case number here pretty soon.
Yeah, she's gonna be.
Yeah,
she's
domestic.
wanting you to.
Are you saying she's going to
To
domestic
get-
violence you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you call the cops? Like if I was married and my wife shaved my face in the night, I would call the cops for sure.
Dude, you know what?
That's sexual
'Cause when you-
assault because
you know when you-
this is my all my sexuality right here is in the beard.
It is,
it's
man.
My
like-
It's-
sexuality.
It says a lot.
Yeah.
It says a lot, and then that's why I sleep armed. You know, you got to these days because.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's
yeah.
Gonna come back. There's gonna be a buzzing sound, and it might not be the.
Lorena
that buzzing
Bobbitt
sound. It's
is,
not yeah, it's not that buzzing sound. Like, whoa,
Lorena
yeah.
Bobbitt is coming back into style.
I'm gonna sleep with a fucking taser.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Just like
Ahoo.
remove the fucking cartridge from it and just use the contact
Yeah,
part
yeah.
of it. Just have it in my hand like this all night. I'll probably shock myself a couple times,
That'll
but
be a
it
new
is what it
man.
is. At least I'll be ready.
Be a new man, yeah.
All right, Chris, you can probably get us out with
Yeah, get us out
Yeah,
of here.
hey,
Keep the camera on Chris. Keep the camera on Chris.
You know, Reed and all them.
Shout out everybody.
Nico, fucking Craigers, he's always on there. Reuben,
yes,
the KK, yep. Shit. I don't have my glasses. I can't read shit, but yeah, they know who they are. They know who I am. Yeah.
Your group, and you guys have like a group outside of
Yes.
this, right?
Yep. On
Love
Facebook.
it.
Ross
I
Patterson
love it.
Revolution.
We're
Yeah,
bringing
they got a private
people
group.
together.
Get on it, man. It's stupid shit. It's what keeps us going.
Yeah.
And if there is anything bad about China, they brought us together.
Oh, I love it.
Other than
I
that,
love
fuck
it.
China, get fucked, and you know what? They're
Good
still winning.
to
I hate to
hear
say
it.
They're still winning. They are.
Good to
They're still
hear
winning.
it.
Every day I wake up and we got to wear a mask or 6 feet apart. China is still fucking winning.
It's true.
And we're still taking shoes off the airport too. So.
Not me. I keep
Yeah.
making out with dudes. I don't give a shit, man. Just like,
lead us out.
yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Hey, yeah.
Anthony Holloway,
Thanks for Anthony Holloway,
Jesse,
Jesse, the Japes. They love you.
Thanks.
Beerworth.
I'm Chris Beerworth.
Question
This is
mark?
Drinkin Bros. Fake news.
Yes.
Good afternoon.